MLS Cup was on the horizon. 4 teams were about to become 2 as the conference finals took centre stage. In the East, uncharted territory for both the Philadelphia Union and NYCFC. Whilst in the West, a pair of past winners faced off at Providence Park. Late playoff drama, not once, but twice in the semi-finals.
And Florent wins it for RSL! Extraordinary!
Now time to earn a place in MLS Cup.
The Timbers have pulled off the upset, and the magical story goes on!
Commentary of the Western Conference final between the Portland Timbers and Real Salt Lake comes from Matt Jackson and Dan Roebuck.
Sebastian Blanco is fit enough for a place on the bench for the Timbers despite limping out of the semi-final win over the Colorado Rapids with a thigh injury. Darren Asprilla is suspended. Yaroslav Niezgoda is named as a sub. 3 alterations from the winning Commerce City with Felipe Mora, Santiago Moreno and Marvin Larrea all recalled. Albert Rusnak returns for RSL. The visiting captain suits up for a playoff fixture for the first time this season. Everton Luis is out due to a ban. Johnny Menendez drops to the bench. Nick Beasler and Anderson Julio return. 3 changes all told. RSL go 4-4-1-1 with Damir Krajlak playing in behind Rubio Rubin. Let's see what the Timbers can do here. It was Felipe Mora inside the penalty area waiting. Threaded through once more. This is Jimmy Chowder to play it back. It's towards Moreno. It ricochets around and goes in! Real touch of fortune, Felipe Mora. Well, he positioned himself well. He seemed to cushion it. The Timbers army go wild here at Providence Park. What a start inside the opening 5 minutes. The Portland Timbers 1, Real Salt Lake 0.
Seems to be enough white shirts back now. They move up, they clear the area, that's absolutely fine. Little bit of movement, that's a fine pass inside, and then it gets a bit of trickery. That's really unfortunate, but a poor clearance. Far post Herrera's got to do better. Flicks out at this with his right foot. Not going to be good enough. Swing the left at that. It's a really poor clearance. Ricochet. No chance at all for the goalkeeper. An absolute delight in the stands here.
And Felipe Mora, who scored 11 goals in the regular season. And it's Timber Joey that has fired up the buzzsaw nice and early. Moreno, this is Jimmy Chowder from distance. Ochoa sees it a long way out, gets down well, but it was struck with some venom.
Lovely little setup, lovely layoff. That is a fine strike. A comfortable save from Cho going down to his right-hand side, quickly up to his feet.
Well, there's a snap at the shins there from Paredes. He does win it back eventually. Moreno. This is Larrea. Gets the shot away, and it's going to come out towards Moreno here. Might get another go. Oh. Well, they left it to each other. One of them needed to be more decisive, but weren't.
The run is fantastic. That's brilliant for Paredes. He's been superb in that defensive role all night. But look at the time and the weight of pass, the endeavour going forward. And as this is cut into a dangerous area, tough for a goalkeeper who actually reacts really well. And it's his pressure that forces that ball to be lifted over the bar in the end. Love this pass, though. So tough to defend. That's a good first save and a really good reaction.
Well, they're loving this, the Timbers army. They've had their fair share of success recently. Gio Savarese, of course, led them to that 2018 final, but they were beaten by Atlanta. Herrera for RSL. To the byline and does get the cross in here, and the header is brilliantly saved by Clark. How on earth did he deny Krajlak there?
Well, he denied him because it actually went straight at him. It's brilliant reactions. but big factor. Herrera gets to the byline first time. He's been having to play wide, but he's wanted to cross easily from these positions there. Move the ball out of your feet. It's a fine flighted cross. I mean, it's brilliant reactions from the goalkeeper, but he has no real right and wouldn't have saved it had it been just to either side of him.
The Timbers have been good so far. They will always expect to win at home, doesn't matter who the opponent is. Fine home record over the years at this wonderful soccer venue. Here is Anderson Julio, who goes down a little too easily, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit untidy. He's talking about there being a bit of contact. He didn't look like he really had his feet under him properly. It looked like he had a half stumble himself. Yeah, he was already falling. I'm sure Pablo Mastroeni would have just said at half-time that you hang in there, just hang in the fight, be tough, be resilient, because you will get a chance of some sort.
The cross comes in again. Krylak has gone down here. Well, the RSL players want a penalty.
This is going to look untidy. You get your arms tangled up and there's definite movement that he pulls in, and it definitely affected his balance as well.
Chara through the centre. Mora to turn, allowed to do so as well. Paredes coming forward, looking for Jimmy Chara. Terrific challenge. Silva gets across, the ball hasn't gone dead just yet. Still alive.
Oh, that's a
now then,
tackle.
that's Herrera that slides in, saying that he got the ball.
That's a terrible tackle. That's a swinging, high challenge.
Ruiz for Wood. Moreno still going forward, fancies his chances. Oh, what a strike! Crank up the buzzsaw once again. The Portland Timbers double their lead. Ochoa threw himself across to the right, but just could not keep it out.
When he shapes to shoot, I'm thinking it's the wrong decision. Look at the run on the outside, run the ball down there, and it's the ricochet back off the post onto the goalkeeper. Funny how fate plays a hand in these situations. Goes full length, ends up as an own goal, but a fine strike.
Ochoa, nothing he could do really. Well, it looks like we'll be seeing Timber Joey in MLS Cup final as well, doesn't it now? Past the hour. There's the hit, and Clark makes the save. Well, made it look comfortable, but that was moving.
He's agile, going down to his right-hand side. It's well struck. Again, dangerous area just outside the box. Happy to clutch that one. Steve Clark at the second attempt. It's a fine strike, going down low to the right-hand side.
Here is Larea. That lot are in a Timbers wonderland. Free kick for the Timbers. Jimmy Chara will hoist it towards the back post here, and it's nodded in. Cleared off the line. Niezgoda nearly converting. Mabiala. Niezgoda again, just over the crossbar. Well, RSL players seem to stop, expecting a whistle maybe that never came.
Oh, Niezgoda, how does he not score the first header? Maybe just has to go slightly back for it. No real belief in his header.
Larea somehow has kept it in play. Well, Herrera gets booked for the second time, and it's as if Alan Kelly suggested that's cumulative fouls that I'm booking you for. He gets sent off, races to the tunnel, can't get out of Providence Park quickly enough, I would wager. RSL needs something spectacular, they need something from this corner. Mabiala up into the air, nodded back towards the 6-yard box. Bobby Wood to try and turn, flicks it back towards Madam. Wood and Krylak both wait. Krylak far post, they're queuing up here. Well, Clark makes another comfortable save, mainly because it's straight at him.
And it's a great header. Really good contact. The way the ball gets attacked, it's a lovely flighted cross. Good jump. Straight at the goalkeeper.
Flick from Foshive.
They know on the bench it's done. Big occasion coming. That's what success looks like. That's what despair looks like, unfortunately.
There he takes the shot on, and Ochoa this time turns it around.
Probably just going wide, but you won't really know. Might just clip the outside of the post.
There is the full-time whistle. It's the Timbers Army who can celebrate, and it's the Portland Timbers players and coaching personnel that can join in. The Western Conference winners of 2021. The fans believed, so did the players. Real Salt Lake not at the races today.
Nobody gave us a shot when the season started, and no one gave us a shot when the playoffs started either. And so to have the mental toughness to overcome the perception of who we are, is fantastic.
Diego Chara, the veteran, will lift the trophy here for the Portland Timbers. They are the 2021 Western Conference winners.
The players understood the moment, and we knew we were playing against a difficult team, and I thought we put a very strong performance tonight. And now, be able to host MLS Cup, it is a dream come to a reality. It's not only an event for Providence Park, it is for the city of Portland. And we'll enjoy this tonight, but now we need to prepare very well to be ready for whoever we have to play in MLS Cup.
I think this group fits the city of Philadelphia.
Soccer is about moments. When it's your moment, nobody can really stop you.
Andre Blake, his legendary status increasing by the minute here in Philadelphia.
Our time. Simple, huh?
We know we can beat anybody when we are at our best.
New York City have pulled off the upset. They will play in the Eastern Conference Final for the first time in team history. Vinny, we're coming!
Philadelphia's preparations for their Eastern Conference final had been severely hampered. They were without 11 players against NYCFC because of MLS health and safety protocols due to COVID-19. Still, there was hope at Subaru Park. David Connolly and Phil Blacker saw this one.
Well, here is the all-important team news, and Philadelphia have been so badly hit. They've got 11 players out because of the COVID protocols, including 6 of the side that started the semi-final. Amongst them, goalkeeper Andre Blake and his entire back four. Captain Alejandro Bedoya is another sideline. So when Jim Curtin talks about a next-man-up mentality, this really is taking it to extremes. Homegrown players Nathan Harriel and Jack McGlynn come in along with Matt Freese in goal, as do the returning Olivio Baizo, Stuart Findlay, and for the first time in MLS in over 2 years, Aurelian Collins starts at centre-back. Just 7 subs have been named, 3 of whom were only added to the squad this week under the extreme hardship ruling. Much more straightforward for NYCFC, although they do have to cope without Golden Boot winner Tati Castellanos after his semi-final sending off. Eber gets the nod to replace him, starting a game for the first time this season after injury. His 7 substitute appearances totaling just 95 minutes. James Sanson, Tavon Gray, the 2 homegrown players, both struggled with injuries late on against the Revs on Tuesday, but have been pass fit to start. This is Baizo, well advanced, did well to get there and then goes down. Referee was well positioned, had a long look at it. Baizo stayed down at the end of this.
Baizo, as he cuts infield, I think it was outside the box anyway from Callins. I'm not too sure if there was that much contact either. Jim Curtin not happy.
Foul on Jamiro Montero by Sands, who was another injury doubt, went off before the end against the Revs on Tuesday, but fit enough to start.
He's got lovely footwork, isn't he? Just draws a foul.
And Jamiro Montero sizing this one up. Will be McGlynn to go for goal. And Sean Johnson was right behind it.
Yeah, lovely technique. I mean, I think he's a little bit too far out really here to go for goal, but nonetheless, as we just said, he has got terrific technique. Confident start from the youngster.
Helped into the path of Jamiro Montero. It's a clever ball, first time for Shabilko. Didn't extend Sean Johnson.
Well, it's a wonderful pass here from Montero. Magnificent. He had a little look over his shoulder just there. Spotted the runner, Shabilko. Could have maybe taken it another touch closer.
Well, let us see what the second half here has in store. NYCFC maybe didn't take too many chances, but they're under pressure here with Gazdag. Leon Flock. Johnson gets down to make the save. And we've seen a bigger threat on goal inside the first 20 seconds of the second half than I think we did at any stage of the first 45 minutes.
Absolutely. Look, normally it's NYCFC that start well at the start of the second half, but that's a terrific strike from Flock with the outside of his left boot. Sean Johnson, though, got down really well. Good save.
James Sands taking the ball from Gray, and the fact that those two homegrown players have both started every game in the playoff shows that NYCFC 2 are determined to bring through their own. Side that announced their arrival in MLS really with a superstar signings. Ball in here towards Eber Rodriguez with a touch from Medina. And down goes Freeze to make the save and hold on. First effort on target of the game from New York City FC.
Well, this is a really good move. It starts with Shano, lovely pass into Rodriguez. Good ball in the box from Amundsen, little set. Back to Medina, takes a little nick on the way through, I think, from Harriel. Goalkeeper gathers it, but nonetheless, that was a really good move. Best move of the match, I think, for NYCFC.
Daniel Gazdag. It's a good ball. Shabilko on the end of it. And the Union in front. Improbably in the circumstances. Well, they strike first in the Eastern Conference final.
Well, Shabilko grabs the goal, but it's Gazdag, I think, take a lot of the plaudits here. As soon as he got this pass, got on the half turn, looked in the box, and his first thought was, I'm going to put this into an area. And can Shabilko, can you get on the end of this? Oh, is it an own goal?
Might have actually come off Callens there, the final touch.
The outstretched leg of Callens there just diverts it past Sean Johnson.
Shabilko's presence important, but the final touch off Callens.
Oh, can they respond? That is a huge goal. And Gazdag has been really bright, I think, certainly at the start of this second half.
Here comes the attempt at the response. Freeze got down. He was wrong-footed, still the threat, and in! Maxi Morales, 1-1. And NYCFC responds straight away.
Well, he finishes this really well. Here's a strike from distance. It's a wonderful one from Shano, palmed out by Freeze, deflected in towards Morales. Takes one touch to set himself, and then he blasts this into the net. It's a really good finish. If you want one player, the ball to fall to in the box, it would be him. He's got the technique, and he puts it away fantastically well.
NYCFC sensing their chance to do the damage of the Callens' own goal. By Baizo, and the referee is reaching for his card again straight away this time.
Well, he just carried on his press here, and Baizo, he just seemed intent on giving a foul away.
Final 15 then of the 90 minutes. Confirmation of that card for Baizo in conceding this free kick, which is taken short for James Sands. In turn slips it wider to Juri Shradi with a cross. Callens' header kept out on the line by Freeze. And Callens so close to scoring at both ends. Still the danger. Tyus Magno for NYCFC. unable to force a threat when he did get his shot away.
Fantastic save this is from Freeze, and we saw this against the Revs where NYCFC work a different angle rather than putting it straight into the box. Tajuri Shadi, terrific ball in. Callens with a little header. Indian Freeze got across his goal, just palmed it away. Super save.
Now it breaks here for Baizo. Couldn't quite pick the pass. Fredo Morales was in the way. Colin keeps the danger alive. It's returned by Martinez, and just over the top from Nathan Harriel, the homegrown player, making a rare start and looking to score his first ever career goal. That would have been some moment. That was some chance.
It's a great leap. Gets up above Gray here at the back post. I think Gazdag is there as well. Just couldn't quite keep it down. Brushed the roof of the net. It's unlucky.
Still, the anxious wait goes on for supporters of either side. Let's see if they'll be contesting MLS Cup next weekend, if there'll be one more match. NYCFC coming on strong again here. Baizo under pressure from Tor Aronson, who's taken it off him. Thales Magno scores! New York City FC have turned it around, and they are minutes away from MLS Cup. It's a real heartbreaker for the Union. 2-1 NYCFC with 2 minutes of the 90 to play.
Well, then Baizo has had a nightmare here. It's just a ball over the top on the diagonal, and he's just waiting for it to bounce. Thorarson just darts in front of him, takes it off his toes. Here he is in Baizo. He just loses the flight of the ball, and he's just caught in possession. And Thorarson, terrific little ball across the box, and there's Magno in the right place at the right time in the 6-yard box just to sweep that home.
The teenager scores perhaps the most significant goal in NYCFC's still relatively recent history. For the first time in their history, New York City FC will go to MLS Cup. A trip to the Timbers awaits. They are champions of the Eastern Conference, thanks to a late winner from the substitute Thales Magno. A heartbreaking way for the campaign to conclude for the Union. Ultimately just came up short at Subaru Park as this remarkable playoff run for NYCFC goes on. Full time at Subaru Park. The Philadelphia Union 1, New York City FC 2.
Philadelphia has done an amazing job here, and I feel sorry for them, of course, what happened. But they did everything they can to go through, even though they had tough times before the game. We bring the first trophy to the club, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last. And as I said to the boys, enjoy it, because that's a big thing. The whole club has to enjoy it, the supporters, everybody.
New York City FC, for the first time in their history, are champions of the Eastern Conference and will go on to contest MLS Cup.
It's just been an unbelievable commitment to success, and I think it's taken a little bit, but the guys have been committed to making sure that we achieve something, and this is the first step for us. Eastern Conference Final, first trophy in club history, but the more important one is Saturday, and looking forward to going out there, giving everything, and hopefully lifting an MLS Cup.
So it's Ronnie Dyler's New York City FC who head to Providence Park for the club's maiden appearance in MLS Cup. They'll face 2015 champions, the Portland Timbers, who were, of course, also runners-up in 2018 and winners of last year's MLS's back tournament. Saturday, the 11th of December, is the all-important date. But for now, 2021's respective conference champions can revel in their moments in the spotlight.
Morales, NYCFC are level. The Portland Timbers have won the Western Conference Championship. Thales Magno, wow! A first trophy for New York City FC.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.